Good morning, my friends. It's Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel. Lovely to see you all. Hello, hello. I have your 3-card spread for the week here. It's an interesting one, so take a deep breath, sip some tea, have a seat, enjoy my dog barking in the background, and let's dive in. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's interesting times right now. People in general awareness tend to know about Mercury retrogrades, but we've got weird shit going on astrologically in the world that is a little too complex to spend too much time on here today at this moment. But just know that Mercury retrogrades are not the only thing that can create havoc and chaos in the world. We've got some stuff going on with the US and Russia, obviously, that is affected and enhanced by what's happening astrologically. So hop on to somebody's astrology list if you're not already on one. I recommend David Hawthorne for Vedic astrology, and I recommend the Chani app or Nadia Shah for Western astrology as people to follow. So check that out if you're curious, and that feeds into today's reading. Okay, so in the recent past, once again, we have this Sacred Pool card, which if you've been watching these 3-card spreads, you guys, this card is up everywhere. And when it comes up over and over again like that, and I tell you guys every week that I shuffle really in for a while. Right now I'm in the Akashic records of consciousness itself, which is something I've been doing a lot lately. And then from inside that space, I ask for the 3 cards that are most useful about the past, the present, and the future for everyone who will see this video. And so we've been getting this card for weeks in a row, so I'm going to read about it, and it is in the recent past position. And my point about the shuffling is that I'm pulling these cards for you. So I love how just the amazingness of repeat cards, because it just shows us we're in a moment and we're in a theme, and the cards are reflecting that. Anyway, present moment is a really fun card called the Spark card. We'll get to what that's about. And the outcome card, dun dun dun, is the Dragon's Lair. Doesn't look so sexy, doesn't look so fun, unless it does to you. Let's read what our dear friend Colette Baron Reed has to say about this, okay? The recent past sacred pool moment. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? I feel like a broken record reading this card because it comes up every freaking week. I'm like, remember this card, guys? You know this card. This card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. A detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Can you see, excuse me, how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. So in the recent past, we've been called to sit with ourselves, make a detached self-examination with rigorous honesty, and sort of review how far we've come, how magical our lives are. Do we see the spark of the divine shining through our eyes? This is the sacred pool. I just always hear this card as saying to me, like, listen, sit down, take a breath, understand you're doing great. You have to assess your reality from a detached point of view, not so caught up inside of it. And when we can assess reality from a detached point of view, we can often see what's working well and where the spark of the divine is shining through our eyes. And I love this line, your unique service to the world is not only needed, but celebrated. See the love within you and know if you cast it upon the waters, aka send it to the world, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you're beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence. Success shall be yours. Pretty positive, happy card. We come to the present moment, which is the 34 card, the Spark. And let's just see what's happening there. There is a spark of creativity in you. There sure is, cards. And you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. I don't know about you, but I am sitting in the middle of all of those things. New endeavors, new ideas, new projects. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching the spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. I love it. There's a spark of creativity, and the little subtitle at the top of this page says, "You are a clear channel for divine creativity." So it's like, have you remembered that you are the divine embodied? Have you remembered? Have you sat down? Have you taken a detached assessment of your reality in a little while? Good. If so, you're sitting in the middle of a creative spark that you're being encouraged to follow. It's very encouraging, this card. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. That's pretty positive. And then we have this motherfucker coming around the corner, the dragon's lair. I mean, the picture isn't so encouraging, so let's read the words. Whenever I run into this card, it's so far been pretty damn on track. I will talk about it. Let's read it first. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You are about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating. Like the danger you feel before entering a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. So it's a card that's like, shit's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be for real, and it's gonna challenge the hell out of you. But life without risk and fear and challenge is not worth living. Like if you stay safe and comfortable and never live into the creative spark you're being brought to in this moment, you'll never have anything fulfilling, fun, satisfying, or exciting happen. So it's interesting because the universe is like, you just sat down and looked at yourself, you reevaluated, you understand who you are. There's a spark of creativity, go forward, it's the perfect time. Oh, and by the way, it's gonna be challenging and scary, and there might be like dragons in the sky and like this red-eyed guy underneath the building made of fucking ice. But what is a life lived without facing challenges? What is a life lived without risk? It's empty, it's flat, it's meaningless, it feels staid and stuck. And so I just want to share with you that if you notice, like with this deck, you've got the upright reading and then the reversed reading. I'm going to read you the reversed reading of this card. Like if we had received this card upside down, here's what it would have said. This is not what it says. And the reason I'm reading it to you is so you get, this is not what we're getting today. Not getting this. Red flags shouldn't be ignored. Don't be seduced into learning a lesson that will hurt your heart. Temptation and intrigue abound, but be careful because you can't win this particular challenge. Heed this gentle warning about wanting and longing and the fantasy of belonging to something, someone, or an identity that has no true substance or longevity. Ignore this alarm and you'll wander in circles near the edge of a dragon's lair. Choose another path, for your treasures lie elsewhere. Dun dun dun! That is not what we pulled today. So I wanted to read that to you because it looks like such a scary card that it could feel like, oh fuck, everything's going to be terrible. But that's not what the card is saying. The card is saying, you have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. So I feel like, I'll tell you the truth, you guys, this spread right here sort of feels like life in general to me. I'm someone who's like highly sensitive. I have Pisces moon. I'm a psychic and a spiritualist and an artist and a sensitive. And it would be real easy for me to just hide up here in my beautiful cave house and just never leave. And that's always how I've felt my entire life. But there's a way that life calls us forward to step into dangerous, scary stuff and to start that new project and to spin that third plate and to date that new person and to take that risk, because when we do, I mean, that is living, that is life. And so do we want, if you think of it this way, if you're just safe forever for 85 years and then you die, is that enough for you? And if it is, great. But if it feels not enough for you, then that's what this card is speaking to. We're being told we have the energy, the creativity, the spark of life. Now is a perfect time to create. And there will be peril, and there will be creepy people, and there will be annoying shit. Stay aware, stay awake, take some risks. I'll tell you a quick story here. The last time I got this card for myself was when I moved out here to the East Coast from Colorado. So I've been living in California for 17 years, spent a year of COVID in the southwest corner of Colorado, a beautiful spiritual place. And I talked about it on all the videos and I made all the words about it. And it was just a stunning place. And I have friends there who I hope I'll be friends with for the rest of my life. Just lovely spiritual people. There was a moment when I was there where everything wrapped itself up. Everything felt complete and it was time to go east. And I was getting the guidance and getting the guidance and getting the guidance. So I start to pack my house up and I tell my landlord and I'm getting ready to travel east. And I pull this freaking card every goddamn time that I looked at, how's the trip going to be? What's it going to be like out there? How's it going to go? And I kept getting this motherfucker. And I was like, I'm confused because I'm talking to my record keepers. I'm channeling divine guidance and I'm getting like, go east, and particularly to New York. And I'm like, and there was some like difficult astrology in New York and then this card and this card and this card. And I kept being like, well, that seems foreboding. Maybe I shouldn't go. But everything in me was like, and we're going. And my guidance was telling me you're going. So I just kept sitting with it and I realized, okay, I get it. Like there's challenge ahead, but it's time for these particular challenges. I have been living pretty cocooned and spiritually for quite some time. And the universe was like, cool, we're birthing you now out into the world again. And it's time. And I'm not always excited for challenge. Sometimes I am. I'm an 8 on the Enneagram. I love a challenge, but not always. I'm also a sensitive and I like to stay in my little cave. So sometimes we have to heed the call even when we feel like we're not ready. And I will tell you, the drive out here, oops, my video just froze. I'll wrap up now. The drive was full of challenges, as some of you guys remember. Very challenging drive. I was driving a U-Haul and I had my dog and it was terrible. It was a difficult drive. But when I got here, I live on this gorgeous river and my condo is stunning and my business is flourishing and it feels pretty damn correct. Were there a lot of challenges to get here? There sure were. Has it been worth it to come here? 1,000,000%. So since my video is frozen, I'll stop talking there, but I love you guys very much. Get your reading, get your Akashic Records reading when you need some guidance and direction in your life, KatieRubin.com. I love you guys so much. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.